Here's yet another opportunity for you to introduce some of the United States history to your child, because the coins themselves have faces on them, and these are the portraits of the presidents. So perhaps your child has a president's puzzle or a plaque or something that shows a lot of the different presidents. Or this could be your introduction to the presidents by just naming them and showing them that these were real people that were memorialized on the coin itself. The backs of the coins are very interesting too, especially the quarter. The older quarters have eagles on the back of them, which is, you might point out, is our national bird. But the newer quarters have the same president portrait on the front, but they memorialize different states. So if your child has a state puzzle or a state game, you might see if you can get all 50 states, or at least have the quarter represent the state on the map. You could take this particular one is Kansas, I believe. I have to put my glasses on for this. Yes, this one's Kansas. It's got a buffalo on it. So you could find Kansas on the map and actually place your Kansas quarter on the Kansas state on a map. So that's kind of a sideways thing you can do with the money. All the time your child is handling it, looking at it, and so forth. You also might notice the dates on these coins. It depends on where your child's interest is as to where you go with this. But let's continue. It may be necessary for you to just take one or two of the coins, especially if your child is having trouble understanding the size of them. Nickels and quarters are the ones that kids get mixed up most of the time. So size-wise, actually the quarter is noticeably larger, but to an untrained eye, and if they're all in a pile, the nickels sometimes do look like the quarter sizes until the child understands that better. So you might isolate just those two in your pile of money, or take all the other coins out of the pile of money and just put in quarters and nickels until your child can recognize those. The penny is an interesting one. The color of the penny gives this one away, but there were a couple of years during World War II where the copper that was in the penny was used for war effort, so they made their pennies differently. They didn't put that copper in there, and so these are noticeably darker. It's not exactly dirt on this. This is the consistency of the metals that were used. So you might point that out to your child, that this is a newer penny. It's shinier, and you can check the dates when you do this. But these are also pennies that maybe just have been handled, but these are special ones. You may not come across these too much. I think that they were made in 1943, 44, in that period of time. There were 2 or 3 years that they were made out of this consistency and not with the copper. So even though the penny looks a little different here, color-wise, your child will recognize it because it's not like the other coins. Be sure to point that out.